I don't know. You do some shady shit.
So I've Evan and Austin. I have a question. It's
Right.
a digging into your own past. I want to know what your near-death experience was. What point in your life were you like, this is the closest I've gotten to dying?
Okay.
I got one.
All right, Austin, since you started, go first, and then Evan.
So are we going for like funny, or are we just
a near-death experience, dude? Just like when you're like, holy shit, like when you
Well,
you know
I
that
guess
feeling when your heart is super is beating super fast and there's like adrenaline and you're like, holy crap.
Well, I mean, I've had anxiety attacks too, where I had that same symptom. That was like literally over nothing. But I was younger, and you remember the fucking gummy cheeseburger Krabby Patties?
Oh yeah.
No,
So,
I don't. But I'll just go with it.
the like the gummy small burgers like that you can like take apart, and it's like buns.
Oh, I see.
Like
Yeah,
gummies.
yeah. I can picture, yeah.
So as it was told to me, and I vaguely remember it. I was younger, like maybe like 9, 10. My dad and I went fishing or was doing something in the woods, and I was choking on this fucking thing. So I thought it would be a good idea to like throw myself against a rock, even though my dad was right next to me, and I fucking fell down the hill. So I was choking and fucking rolling down the hill. Luckily, I did spit it up, but
so much of that story, you did not provide enough detailed words. It just sounds extremely inappropriate in the way you delivered it.
As a child, choked on a gummy cheeseburger.
There you go.
And threw myself down a hill as a way to provide a Heimlich maneuver on myself.
Did it work?
Yes, somewhere in the tumble, I did in fact spit it up.
There you go.
You know what? I fucking finished the rest of it because that's
the dedication. Yeah, that's the dedication.
You know, when something chokes you, you choke it right back. You know.
Yeah, and Rocky climbed a bunch of stairs and put his arms up. Austin threw himself down a hill and then finished a
It's not about how hard you can get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep on going.
No, it's it's how hard you can get hit and get back up and finish that gummy Krabby Patty.
Yeah, you know.
So, Evan, what's yours?
Mine's not funny.
No. Tell me about how you almost died.
I don't know if I ever told you, but I think I had to have. But when I was living in Baltimore, you know,
Well, you lived in Baltimore. Now I'm finding out about this now.
You didn't know about that?
I didn't.
Oh wow, yeah. So like for the past like, I basically I got like a job that was in like Hanover.
Now you currently.
Well, I now have a job now. I don't have the same job.
I see.
Was here in March. I got a job in Hanover, Maryland, at a place called. Well, I don't want to say the name, but
don't dedox yourself. Don't dedox yourself. But
I'm glad I just did that. But what happened was
Now, if you could, wait before you could you state your name and SSN, please, just for the story, just as detailed.
Any credit cards you would like to shout out?
Yeah, including the last 3 digits, the CVV.
Good call. And expiration.
Just 7. I'm one of the OGs.
One of the first.
Yeah, you know. It was like me, you know, Jesus. All of us. The whole gang, honestly.
Yeah, so I was driving on this I can't remember the name of the highway. It was like it was awful though. 65, Interstate 65. Basically in Maryland, and I forget the I-95, or no. I-65? Who fucking cares? But I was driving on this highway, yeah, in the morning, and this, like, I don't know what it was, like, just something just caught it in my eye. I mean, I guess it was the movement, but I saw a car behind me going, like, really freaking fast. And keep in mind, everybody on this road is going, like, 80. And for this guy to be going so fast, swerving through cars, he must have been going, like, 100 and maybe, like, 120 around there. Dude, it was nuts. And so I saw him. I tried to get out of the way, but when I got out of the way, he actually hit me. So I spun out.
Oh shit!
I spun out on the interstate, and
wait.
I
was this recent?
This is probably about about less than a year ago, but a
We
couple
were
less than a year ago.
streaming. Remember, he sent us a picture of
he
the
sent me.
car. I
Yeah, he sent me
remember
a picture
this.
of this. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember
so
this.
but I remember thinking in my head, I was like,
This is it.
this is really fucking cool. And then I was like, this is the way, if I was going to go out, I would be okay with it. This is kind of cool. And
Just
so
the
then I hit
spinning, just spinning
yeah,
around.
I'm
Nice.
not going to lie, it's kind of badass. So I spun out, and I think that I actually passed out because I don't remember anything. Like, I hit the median or whatever, not the median, I hit like thank God it was like reinforced concrete because I hit that. And the whole back of my car is just like fucked. I mean, it was fucked when the guy hit it going 120, but like when it hit the back, when my thing hit the back, I think that's when I kind of slowed down, but I kept spinning, and then I went right back on the highway. So I was like, and then they had to. Anyway, so then like I think I blacked out because I don't remember after that. I don't know how I got in the middle of the highway again. I just remember hitting the thing. So then I was gone probably for like 5 seconds, and I honestly thought I died. But I woke up in the just sitting in there. My car's finally chilled out. It stopped. It's kind of sliding a little bit, and I'm still in drive and stuff. So I was like in the highway. I was about to put it out of drive. People were like swerving out of the way not to hit me, and I finally got on the side of the highway. And then like I think like a second later, like a fucking black car that was huge. It was like one of those big cars. They pulled over, and it was a bunch of what do you call them? It was a
Cops?
bunch of government. No, it wasn't cops. It was like it was
Special
the next
secret
step up.
agents?
They really
state
were.
troopers.
No, they weren't state troopers. They were literally like they were close to secret agents, not secret agents, but like
Yeah.
The Men in Black.
Homeland Security. They were Homeland Security,
Jesus.
and so like yeah, they were all Homeland Security. Like literally, like like 5 of them were there, and they were like, "Hey, we just saw what happened. Like, are you okay?" And like I was in the car, and like I couldn't even open up my doors. Like I couldn't do anything. My car, I could just tell it was already fucked.
How'd you get out?
They had to I had to go. I had to climb in the back of the car and go out, like, because the door was so fucked in the back that like it was just like already open. So like I had to just like push that open. Like there was a few metal things I had to bend to get out, but yeah, like I had to do that. And then like all the stuff that was in the back was in the front, and I couldn't find my phone. Like it was just I could not find my phone at all. It was a nightmare. So I had to find my phone, and I won't get. I'll spare you the rest of the details, but I will say that I actually thought that I died from that. I really thought I was dead.
I'm just curious. Did you win? What, like, was there a case or of like who?
So here's what happened. The guy actually drove off. So here's the thing. I actually have video of the entire accident because there was a Tesla that was driving right. I swear to God, I would love Elon to give me a Tesla for this because I would have. You know what's funny? Like the guy called the police station and said, "Yo, I have a Tesla. I have footage of this accident."
Did he really?
He really did. And
that's awesome.
He sent the footage of the accident to the cop, and that was instrumental for me to not find the guy because guess what? The guy had swapped the plates with somebody else.
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
And so what happened though was the cop was actually able to. He went to that address, and he found out. He believes because they can't prove it that it was his neighbor's plates because it was like the same car like on that same street, and so he's like, "Huh." I wonder if this it's like okay when you have a plate like a license plate you can find the address. So he went to that address. And he saw the car it was supposed to be, but it was like across the street. So he was like, "Huh, this is the address, but like over there is the car that this is supposed to be." So he's like, "Wait a minute."
So did you have to pay for?
So there's the thing. No, I just got screwed because all I had was liability insurance on the Nissan. So I didn't get a single dime, and there would have been nothing to. I mean, I didn't have any serious injuries.
Yeah.
So all I had was a concussion. So in the state of Maryland, even though I went through a lot of shit,
and Evan, you've been stacking up those like baseball cards. So you got that. I'm sure like how many concussions have you had?
I think this is like that was probably my second official one, maybe third.
All right.
When I was a kid, I got my bell rung. When I was playing football, pee wee football, which I don't think kids should play at all. This fucking
no.
just piece of hunk just absolutely slammed me, and I felt like I was right in front of the cheerleaders. They're like, "Hey, Finn, get him, get him!" And then the running back trucked me, and then they were like, "Ooh!" And then I got up, and I like felt like I was like, "Oh!" And they're like, "Yay!" But I felt like I definitely felt like that would have been that's a concussion for sure. And then I got one when I played high school football, and I just did not want to play football anymore. And I got one from that for sure.
What about the time you dove into a pool head first?
That I think I got like something or other.
That was something, dude. You put something out.
Yeah.
That was horrible. I was, I was. Well, yeah, because we were roommates at that point, like right before it happened.
And just say to myself, "Do not jump in that pool 50 fucking times head first." But you live in your.
I feel like that was also a near death story for you, or like you dived into a pool head first, hit your head on the bottom of the pool. That could have easily gone very wrong.
It could have been gone really bad. It gave me some weird problems, but
I remember, dude. We had long conversations about it. That static thing that you had, that's crazy.
I still have that, but I think that in a way, I always kind of.
I have that too, by the way. Now.
You do?
Yeah, I don't know how I got it, but I was like, I found out like a few weeks ago, and I was looking at something, and I was like, "That's static," and then
my experience probably popped in your head.
I completely, I know I did, and I was like, "You know what? It's not whatever Evan had," and I just tried to blank it out, and then like I went to the movie theater the other day, and it was like pitch black, and I could like see. I was like, "Oh fuck, this is weird." But yeah,
now you understand what the fuck I was.
I do.
It was weird, man. And I'll tell you one thing: if you really do have it, there's probably a million other things you're gonna have with it. I mean, but I'm afraid to even tell you because then you'll start noticing it.
No, I'm good with that. I'd rather not. I'd rather not.
I won't tell you. But I will say that at this point. It's gotten a lot better for me to the sense where I don't notice that anymore. I'll be honest with you, I really don't notice it. The only thing that I'll ever...
So like I have tinnitus, and
that was one of the things I was gonna say.
No, but I've had tinnitus for
and that's what the thing. I had it too for a very long time, and that's what I'm telling you. I don't think that.
Do you still have it?
Up? Yeah, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I don't have it in a sense where it doesn't bug me as much. Though.
It doesn't bug me either. Like I just like right now if I'm because I have noise canceling headphones on, so like if this is when it's at its worst, when I don't have anything playing and you guys aren't talking, I can notice it. But when I'm just chilling, I always have music playing or something. I went to the doctor for this, by the way, and this is real. I went to the doctor for this, and they tested me, and they're like, "Yeah, so you have ringing, so yeah, that's tinnitus." And I was like, okay, is there a fix for it? Like, it's just a constant ringing in your ear. And he's like, just like listen to music a lot.
Yeah.
Just like tune it out. Just play something constantly. And I was like, oh, that's scientific.
I you know what? Can I list the things? I'll tell you.
Sure, go ahead.
I think you've already noticed. I feel like you've noticed. Tinnitus is the one I didn't want to tell you about because once you
it is torture though. At first, it is torture. Yeah.
The other ones aren't as bad at all. It's weird ones. Like the one that really freaked me out the most was when I looked in the sky, I would just see like amoebas.
Oh yeah, but like that's not even the sky though. It's just like if you look up, you just kind of see it. I think it's the floaties. Like I don't know what they're
floaters.
Yeah.
Floaters, but like to me they look like a fucking amoebas. And I really that was one of the biggest things because I actually remember like as a kid I would literally like look up in the sky and just like look at the sky. I mean look at the clouds and shit like that. And it's like, now it's like it's really unenjoyable unless it's like kind of grayish outside.
Yeah, I think that's lended. Like I think those things have lended to my the color palette that I choose of like my movies. Whenever I shoot, I always go for that the color palette that best suits it.
it's not as annoying, and I'll notice it on computer screens too and stuff. But it's not like terrible. The other thing, the biggest thing that I've been dealing with the most though since that incident, that I really, in all honesty, straight, it's the one thing that really I deal with a lot and I hate it is migraines. Like not like headaches. I don't really get headaches. It's the fucking ones where I have the visual migraine. It's like if you actually look it up, it's called migraine with aura, and you should
My
definitely look that up.
migraine with aura. Oh, I see
Yeah,
it.
look it up. Look up the example of it, and look up like an example of it, like happening to somebody,
Oh,
because
really? It's like a lens
that's what
flare
I
almost, like kind of a.
yeah, it's really
That's
it's a
crazy.
and what'll happen is it'll start off like the way that I get them is there's a few ways. One is if I'm dehydrated.
Yeah.
That's why I drink a lot of G Fuel now. Maybe a sponsor. Uh,
Of course.
I just drink a lot of water. And if I don't get enough sleep, those are big ones. But my biggest one is really bright lights. Like if I'm driving and a car glare from the sun hits my eyes, I mean, I think for a lot of people, if they have like a really bright light in their eye, they'll have like those little dark spots, like those sunspots, for a few seconds. With me, they stay for like ever, and like they
Damn.
can turn into that migraine thing, and like
Huh.
that's what'll happen.
I don't think I. Well, first of all, Kevin, hello. The guest is Evan, who's telling us about
I know
his
I'm
migraines
really
with aura.
fucking
But
goddamn guest of all. I'm so happy. Making everyone forget about
fairness, this was Cerie's doing. He's the one that started
I
us
feel
off.
bad. I feel bad for just saying all this, but I mean, to be fair, I'm a happy guy. I'm just talking about
there's nothing to feel bad about. This is all in our control. We could. I've had worse dreams. Awesome. The dude is amazing, says Kevin. So Evan, I hope you know.
On drugs.
Really
The dude.
I was just gonna say the last thing I'll say about it is like I hate them because when they happen, they last for like a half hour, and they're not that common. And that's what's crazy is that's one of the reasons I actually started doing keto. This all has a happy ending. This is one of the reasons I started doing keto.
I do like happy endings.
Oh, me too. But like because I saw that you get less migraines with keto, and I went from having a migraine every week to 2 weeks this is back when I was in college too with you guys.
Yeah.
I went from having one every week to 2 weeks, multiple times even a week, to having it once a month. And that was the biggest change I saw in myself is when I went keto, because all my health started getting, and here's the other thing, Sheree, when I got all my health in order, like my physical health, my mental health started coming with it. And once I got all of that stuff kind of in order, like I do now,
Yeah.
I haven't had a migraine in so long. I haven't noticed the visual thing in forever. I know that it's still there, but it's at that point where like it'll only bug me if I kind of let it, and it's like all that other stuff, the tinnitus, the sunspots, like it's stuff that at this point I don't ever notice in my everyday life. Before I used to it used to get to me.
Yeah.
But now I don't care at all. I'm like the happiest. I am the most physically fit. Dude, I'm a hunk right now.
Absolutely.
That is true, dude.
Absolutely.
I have been lifting. Like, dude, it's so I think that in a way, when I had that, it was probably one of the best things that happened to me, because all this stuff made me the guy that I am right now.
Absolutely. I mean,
and so
definitely you have you and Adam. I want to shout out you and Adam both. Adam, did you see Adam recently? He's lost a lot of weight. He looks.
I haven't seen him.
I'm the only one that's still fat. It's real fucked up.
Nah, I'm still there. I'm still there with you, Austin.
What?
There's nothing wrong with that either.
I'm just making a joke. Yeah.
What's there's hold on, let me
By the way, sure, do you know that I was like 310 pounds?
I did not know you were 310 pounds.
Did I look like it? Because I was 310 pounds. I thought my only chance of losing 15 pounds was going to a British casino when I was that size, dude. Like, I don't know how, but I lost like over 100 pounds.
It is crazy. Dude. See, I've been eating better and like exercising, and I feel the difference, like energy wise, and like obviously like I see results like lifting more, like stuff like that, but like I'm getting zero in terms of like actually losing like fat. At least it appears to me, but like I see myself every day, so like.
Well, let me tell you something. You want to hear the secret though? For real, it's what you're eating, man. It's what you're eating. I'm not telling you to go keto, but I'm telling you, you're overeating somewhere. And if you
I,
restrict your
I go
calories,
I go heavy on protein. I already know that that's what it is.
no, that's not it. That's actually the best thing you can do is go heavy on protein. To go, here's the thing: if you're gonna do my diet, you want to do like higher fats and stuff, but you really want to
You
go the heaviest on protein.
you want to know? But I do want to say before Evan talks about how good his diet was, which it worked
No,
miracles
I'm
for
not.
him.
I'm just
And
telling you.
I do
No,
want
I'm
to
just
say
telling you.
shout out to myself. I'm really I put you on that track, Evan. So you're welcome.
You put me on the intermittent fasting, and I'll tell you
Yes.
right now, I still do that to this day, and it's one of the best tools that I've ever learned in my life.
You're
I didn't know anything about it
You're
until you told
welcome.
me.
You're welcome. But
So I'm doing that as
but
well.
so
You should
the
do
the,
that.
the diet that Evan does, it is like he said, it's high fats, and you have to be careful. You have to look before you do it. Like I looked at my own family history. My family history is a lot of heart disease, and so I cannot do keto because fats increase your chance.
I'm going to tell you, no, it doesn't. And I, you know what? And that has been perpetuated by big sugar for far too long.
Big sugar?
No, you want to hear something that's really fucked up? We all grew up with the fucking LeBron James posters on the wall saying "Got milk," and we were like, "Yeah, LeBron James drinks milk every day, and he's an athlete."
Yeah,
Milk is so fucking not good for you. It's crazy,
Really?
dude.
Yeah.
There's sugar in milk.
Oh yeah, I
Like-
never really liked milk though. You know,
I
never
fucking love
drank it.
milk, and this was devastating to me. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about right now? This shit was on the food pyramid."
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on the fucking food pyramid. That is the worst scam in the history of nutrition, dude. I'm telling you that. I'm
Oh
actually.
no, no,
I was
that's
making-
what I was saying. To agree with your point that like people do pay to make this image of like this is healthy. It's like it's on the food pyramid.
That's the whole point. Yeah, dude. No. Okay. Side note: grains are really bad for you. Like carbs in general are pretty bad for you. Like I'm talking about like refined carbs. Like bro, like any sugar really is just going to cause inflammation. It's actually more toxic to your liver than alcohol is, which is wild to me. Sugar is really bad for you.
You're a football guy, right? Like you watch a lot of football.
Oh yeah, a lot of football and soccer, so both footballs.
Did you hear about DK Metcalf's diet? Like his daily routine?
No, what is it?
It is the most ridiculous thing. So he wakes up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, does his first workout, and then he has it's either a cup of coffee or a protein shake. It's one of the two. I want to say it's cup of coffee. I don't think he drinks a protein shake. And then he does a second workout after that.
Of course.
Makes sense. Then buys 3 bags of candy and eats the 3 bags of candy, and that will last him until dinner.
I have heard this.
Yeah. And that's every single day he does that.
That's wild.
Yeah. And the dudes, pull up a picture of DK Metcalf, Suri. Look at this fucking guy.
How do you spell it?
DK and
Just
then
DK
Metcalf.
and
like exactly how you would
M-E.
think. Like MET.
Oh, I didn't even need,
C-A-L-F.
I just put DK.
Yeah. Look at how ripped. You'll see it. As soon as you look at the images, it'll be a 6-pack. Like, look at this fucking guy.
Here's the thing. He's definitely on something, though. Because, like, he's on some kind of PED.
That picture, he's the one on the right. So.
Yeah, I figured from the rest of it.
Picture. Yeah, it's a famous-ass picture, dude. Like, dude, that guy's, honestly, he has to be on some kind of, like, SARMs or something. Like, some PED of some sort. Like, he's not natty at all. There's no way.
Well, so that's the thing. So, like DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm going to go sports heavy here because this is my wheelhouse. DeAndre Hopkins just recently got a 6-game suspension for taking PEDs. DeAndre Hopkins, for people like Suri who does not follow the NFL at all, is one of the best wide receivers in the league, arguably the best, and originally appealed this decision to get the 6-game suspension because he didn't do anything different. And the thing with the NFL is that they test for certain things, but then it could change the next year. So he's taking just a normal supplement, and then the next year it's considered a performance enhancing drug. So he tried going through the appeal process. The NFL was like, "No, we're not going to give you the appeal." So he withdrew it, and he just made a tweet saying, "I'll see you week 7" or something like that. So
wow.
Like the performance enhancing drug portion of like the NFL, and I guess probably sports in general, is kind of bullshit because there's always ways around it. And there's like different like kind of supplements and fucking shit that they can inject you with to get you to look like this. but just the
Yeah.
fact that as a professional athlete, you should probably be eating a fuck ton more than 3 bags of candy and 1 meal a day.
Yeah, that's such BS. Like, there's no way that's real. Like, if he's gonna look like that, and that's the thing is like that could also be right after a workout. You know, like he's fully pumped up. Like,
Oh
you
yeah,
know what I mean?
100%. This is him
It's not like it's all the time
flexing.
he looks like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
but like, here's the thing though. Like, there's no way you're getting natty and looking like that. That there just isn't
I
any
do
way.
hope that his snack method is true, because I feel like I've been smart in cutting out sweets. I don't drink soda anymore, and I don't eat like candy and chocolate and as much. It takes a lot of fucking willpower to not get Oreos whenever I go to the grocery store. But moving past it, I got hot Cheetos, and I was like on a tear today, dude. I went like through at least like a fourth of this bag.
Oh yeah, no. Today I've been fucking awful. The only thing I've had today was pizza and liquor.
So I had a very easy light.
Chocolate milk. Sorry.
God.
Yeah. It has not been a good day.
Oh yeah, by the way, Evan, check your phone.
I did. I saw, and I'm very shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very shocked at that.
Yeah, he doesn't look like
That's amazing.
He doesn't look like this anymore. So
Dude, I'm not trying to even be mean, but dude, he was a big guy. So to see this
I
makes
mean,
me
dude,
extremely...
I was I think I was only reason why I didn't look that fat because I am overweight. Like I am well into the overweight section.
See,
only reason why I didn't look at
the whole overweight thing is also a little bullshit because like.
Well, I mean, like I was obese. Like I was on the marks as obese.
But that's the thing is that medically, like being obese, right? Because like,
yeah,
how much do you think I weigh? Just looking at even now, like at my heaviest weight ever. How much do you think I weigh? I won't get offended.
I haven't seen you actually. Can you send me a picture of yourself?
nude preferably, just for best.
All the curves.
Yeah, just for best guessing.
I want to see those mommy milkers.
Oh, just watch Baby Wishes. We got it. We had it on.
Oh yeah, we had. I found Baby Wishes yesterday. We watched it, where you can see my man nipples. I'll take a picture of myself.
Oh shit, dude! Send that shit to me too. All right, so here's the thing. Austin and I were playing a game on Monday, like just by ourselves. Like we weren't streaming. We were just kind of doing it, hanging out, and we talked about like the weight loss. We had like an hour-long conversation about just like how we've both been trying to lose weight and you know how we've been feeling. Yeah. And so I sent him a shirtless photo of myself, just like while we were talking about context. And today I totally nude. But then today I went to text him, and I hadn't texted him since then. And I just see a shirtless photo of myself. I'm like, wait, what? Who is this? The right person? Who am I? Why is there? And then I like slowly the conversation came back to me. But yeah, I was a little confused. I was like, "What? Did I accidentally send this?" Like I was right.
That's so funny. Oh my god! Well, wait. Am I getting a picture? Am I getting a picture here? I want to.
Yeah. I think you are, and I also requested it, but I don't know if you heard it because.
Okay. Because I'm very curious. I want to see if I can get it right. I want to be like one of those.
I think I'd say like 250. I think I'd say 250.
I took. And I will share the actual number, even though because the number doesn't mean shit, which is kind of the point I'm going on. I'm gonna send it to you, Suri. I took just 2 pictures from the side,
all right,
and like kind of put my hand on my back, like and tighten my shirt so you can see the whole belly.
Oh, perfect. Oh, you actually went to the. I see.
Yeah. I stepped away for a second.
Okay. I'm gonna crop that photo so the love you and family photos don't show up in that.
Yeah. That's my mom and shit. Yeah.
I just cropped that out. Here, I'll pull it up.
Are you putting it on stream?
Do you want me to, Austin?
Oh no, I mean, I guess you could.
No, I'll just send it. I'll just send it directly to Evan. Here, Evan, I'll send.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, oh wait, I should probably load up the stream. I
sent it directly to Suri.
Here you go.
Oh wow, there's the migraine aura thing. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Yeah, take that off. Is that your background now?
No.
Just seeing that gives me like anxiety. I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking weird.
That's why I said take it off.
Okay, I'm gonna say Wait. So you're gonna tell us the real number, though, right?
Well,
I will
So-
actually share the real number. Yes.
So I
Okay.
will say I'm gonna go off of Evan. You can also talk through it as well, but I'm gonna say going off of myself and knowing my weight and knowing how much bigger Austin looks than I do.
yeah, I'm 6'2", like still tall. Like
So I'm gonna say like 265.3.
265.3. That's really precise. All right. I'm gonna go.
have you been reading the scale?
Let me ask you a question though.
Go ahead.
Like, have you weighed yourself? Like, when was the last time you did weigh yourself?
In the past week or so.
Is it the
Like-
highest you've ever been?
Yes, by far.
Did
by
you see
far.
it? Did you see it and you were like,
Well, so the thing is that so when I first started weighing myself,
yeah.
I was like probably I got this weight that I'm currently at, like some mid-time COVID, like probably a year or two ago now at this point.
Yep.
And like I've done exercises, I've fixed a little bit of like my eating, and like I lift weights.
Oof, yeah.
And I can tell you that, like, once again, I feel differences in like the clothing, and like I can lift more. Like I see results, but I personally don't see like my belly getting smaller. I don't see the number on the scale getting smaller. So like I see results in one way, but not in the other.
Yeah.
wait. Say it again. I'm sorry.
So he's saying that like when when he wears like his clothes and stuff fit better, so he knows he's like his body's changing, but like he doesn't see his stomach getting smaller or the number on like when his like weight on the scale doesn't get smaller.
Exactly.
So that's easy, dude. Let me tell you this. When I was losing weight, I had because I had a lot of weight to lose. When I was going down, I think I got to like 280 was what I got to with intermittent fasting, and I was at like 310. So I lost like 30 pounds with it.
Yeah.
And I got to a point where I kind of plateaued with it, and I was like, this is not good. So I tried doing keto, and when I started doing keto, I noticed something. I would lose weight on the scale, and my body would stay the same. And then I would lose, like I would then out of nowhere lose pant sizes. Like I would wake up one day and my pants would not fit me. They were just too big, and then I started to look like fucking MC Hammer. You know what I mean? Like I had the baggiest pants. And so then the thing is though, I would go really far down that way, and it would be like that for probably like 2 weeks. And I had to get new pants, and then I would notice that on the scale, I would weigh myself every single day. And what would happen is I would notice that on the scale, I would lose a ton of weight again. I'd probably lose like 10 pounds, dude, in like the span of a week.
Now,
and then after that,
Evan,
like, then I would notice so I would know. Well, here's the thing. Let me just tell you, I never lost weight and then lost pants and shirt sizes at the same time. It was always
one or the
opposite.
other.
And I lost like I would lose 10 pounds in a week and then not lose any weight at all. And let me tell you the reason for that. Here's the reason for that. Is because your body is recompositioning. It's because since you're starting to gain muscle, your body is actually burning fat and building that muscle. And what happens is you're not going to lose weight on the scale, but your body is going to start to look and feel better. And you're going to start to notice it a lot in your face. Are you noticing it in your face when you're losing weight?
100%. Like the cheeks a little bit. Like
that's where you always.
I have a thick neck. I think like that's like a hereditary thing, like thick necks. Because like I had sleep apnea when I was a kid, and I had like surgery and shit to get rid of it because of this is just a medical fucking stream at this point.
It is. Wait, what surgery do you get for sleep apnea?
You get your tonsils and adenoids removed. So I had that done when I was like 11 or 12.
That's crazy.
And like they pitch it to you like as a kid, like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever because all you get to do is eat ice cream for the next fucking 2 weeks. Yeah. Do you know how fucking awful eating ice cream is more than twice in a like? It's the fucking worst. And like I got so fed up with it that I had like actual hot food like the next day because I just couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah,
but
I had a similar thing with my tooth being removed as well, but it's not as fun as it sounds.
So yeah, sleep apnea, if you don't know, difficulty breathing, is one portion of it.
And your heart
Another
rate goes up while you're sleeping.
I'm pretty sure it can kill you.
It can.
if
It can
you're-
actually kill you.
yeah.
A part of sleep apnea is that you can actually stop breathing while you're sleeping, which
Yeah.
is why I got the surgery at a young age. I remember waking up on the couch, surrounded by fucking like medical professionals. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And they're like, you stopped breathing for like 40 seconds. And they were like, oh, okay, that's a problem. So that's why I got the surgery done. And the reason is that thick necks, which doesn't really make sense to me. Thick necks actually mean that you have smaller like lungs,
Huh.
and not enough air can get through. So when you're sleeping,
Wow.
if you're a mouth breather, like especially like I am, and like during allergy season, like I fucking snore like an asshole, because I can't breathe out of my nose. I can't breathe. So like the symptoms of sleep apnea are like still with me because of just that general lung issue that comes with like thick necks. And yeah, like so that was like a whole thing. I don't even know why the fuck I started going down that path. I don't remember why.
It was you were talking about your having thick neck.
But I still have a thick neck.
Yeah.
That's just hereditary. Yes,
Yeah.
but I do see it in my face. Yes.
I've had
Yeah.
well, I was
Oh, no.
I was going to say, Evan, well, one of the reasons I was going to cut you off earlier when you were talking about how much weight you lost was, do you still find yourself, because you were a rather large guy and you wore baggy clothes.
Obese.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like saying it like that.
Same. I was also obese. But
No,
That's good.
in, like,
That was perfect.
in high school, I used to call myself the obese.
perfect. Getting ahead of the curve. So, but obviously, like when you're very large, there's like you pull down your shirt a lot and like try to cover it and stuff like that. Do you still do that? Like, is that still part of your body language, or have you weeded it out?
To be honest, I just find a lot of shirts now are really just short. I like long shirts.
I do.
think
I
that's just
love
pictures.
long shirts. It really, it's a very hard thing for me to find. But luckily, when I went to India, it's like a thing over there. Like long shirts are cool. So I got a few shirts over there.
Really?
Very happy.
I don't know why every shirt here is so fucking.
It's always like up to my
short
like
now.
it ends where like my pants are, and I hate, like, I need to have a little bit of room to move my arms, so like I'm not like just raising my hand and like my tummy showing.
That's also a problem, is that like shirts for like bigger guys, like, because I'm tall and fat, so if I don't get like a fucking like super large shirt that looks ridiculous on me, like if I try to get something that fits, it like my belly will hang out like when I like reach for something, and like it like gives you like that kind of like self like confidence thing of just like, oh, my belly's out, but like the shirt fits.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like you're like, oh, this is already a big shirt, and then like here I am, like it doesn't fit, quote unquote, but like it actually does.
Yeah.
Right.
But do you still do that, Evan? Is that you were saying you find shirts that are too short, but
Yeah, like I don't know. To me now, I do it, and it's annoying because it's funny because now that you're even saying that, I never even thought of it as maybe a habit that I had back when I was large. But you know what? You're right. It was, because I would do that all the time when I was large, and now I do it. I still do it.
I literally just
So
did
it's
it. Like,
I did
like
it all the time
as soon as he said it, I was like, ah, shit. Like I did just do that. Yes.
Yeah, I say that because since I've been, I only started trying to like really hard lose weight back in February, and so
Yeah.
I've lost 12 pounds at this point, and
Congratulations.
thank you. And it's like it's a noticeable change. Like I actually lost weight when I went to India, which rarely happens because I'm always overfed. But when I lost weight, and to the point where, because I was there for a cousin's wedding, and I did a lot of stuff while I was like helping out for the wedding. So like by the time that I landed in India to when I was taking off, my relatives were like, "You lost weight." Like they could see to my face, and my stomach had gone like. But like even though my stomach is much flatter, like it is like on, it's straight right now, because it did stick out a lot before, that made me finally do it. But it's flatter now, but I still find myself like doing that little pull that I always do, and just kind of like readjusting my shirt so it's just like kind of a drop off. It's just become a habit that I don't think I can get rid of. And that, and also like I was always I always was like insecure about like keeping a good jawline, and so like I always try to like I'm always very like, all right, is my head like pointed the right way? Because there's a point where I was like getting a double chin. I was like, this is it. I'm never gonna look like down again. I'm just gonna keep looking up.
Well, I think so. Like, that's why the best thing ever is facial hair.
I do have,
like,
yeah.
Like if I shaved my beard off, it would look like I have a chin, obviously, and like I don't have double chin, but it just seems like one long neck if I shave off my beard. And I feel like that, especially like in Philly, it seems like a lot of people have that. So I don't know if that's at least what I noticed. I don't really like pay attention elsewhere. Of just like that lack of defined chin.
Evan, I can only hope this is a nude that you sent me.
I'm sending you pictures of my muscles.
Oh, dude, hell yeah, dude. Oh, there he is.
So anyway, Evan, what's your guess? I'll wrap that up.
I'm gonna say, was it? Wait, I was gonna ask you, was it shocking when you saw it?
For me, yes. Like I knew I gained weight. I didn't know I gained that much weight. I can tell you, COVID. I just told this to Sri. I gained 50 pounds in COVID.
Yeah.
50 pounds, which is fucking insane.
So I'm gonna say,
and I can tell you,
I'm gonna say 285.3.
That 50 pounds is different than when I first weighed myself than now. Like even though I weigh the exact same, it's more muscle now than it was then.
Hey, I'm returning the favor, Evan.
Hold on, let me do. I'm gonna say what it was 277.4.
What it was?
What it is now?
What it is now? 277.
277.4.
All right, let me go ahead. And this is the reason
I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that.
I've had there's like a weight to height like ratio of like how much you should weigh. Well, so I'm gonna pull up because it's a big reveal.
Well, no, I need to know your height for the weight.
6'2". I'm 6'2".
Oh wow. Okay, wait a minute. You're definitely more. You're like 291.
Where the fuck is this thing? Because
291 for sure.
Evan, I'm gonna send you another one. I'm gonna send you that elusive photo that I said I sent to. There you go.
Did you see those muscles, dude? I was not that ripped.
Absolutely.
I was not that. I've been going really hard the last like.
Trust me, Evan. I know all about your arms because all you wore when we were roommates was sleeveless jerseys.
Well, dude, when you're fat, you have to stay cool, you know.
Okay, so I found it. So to be normal, quote unquote, to be a normal weight at 6'2", they're saying anywhere between 148 pounds and 193 pounds is normal.
Yeah. You're definitely 290 for sure.
Overweight is 194 to 232, and then 233 and up is obese.
Yeah.
So you're saying 291. Sorry, what was yours? Like
285.3.
I weigh currently 330 pounds.
Holy
so you mean
shit.
Not healthy,
you mean
man.
do you mean no? But that's what I'm saying. Is that you mean to tell me I have to lose 100 pounds? Like,
dude,
that's what I'm saying,
bro.
I would.
In a year and a half.
I would. Just like look at Evan, dude. Like, I mean, Evan would have been fine too, but I think
no, I wouldn't have been, dude. I think that's what and just to tie it all back, I honestly believe that the reason all that shit happened was because I neglected my physical and mental health all my life, and I think that was the result of that. And I think that me getting that helped me realize I need to lose all this fucking weight because honestly, dude, I had just nowadays there's so many things you have as a fat person, like health wise, that when you get skinny, you didn't realize where it was an issue. And I have so many of those little things. Like your heart should not fucking burn, you know?
Yeah.
But like that's the thing is that I don't have like certain symptoms. Like I can do certain things in like the gym that like other people my weight can't do. Like that's the thing is that I don't get is that like this number on the scale means one thing, but like I can obviously outperform that because like I can do push-ups, I can do like a full workout, I can hang with like
Well,
people
that's good
like,
to keep doing that. But I'm
yeah,
telling you right now, you're gonna thank yourself when you get into that shape and you lose that weight. Realistically, you should probably, if you're really trying to like dude, that's an average for like healthy, like looking individuals. Like I would say that if you really wanted to, you could probably be like 260 with like a bunch of muscle. Because dude, 6'2" is tall. You're
Yeah.
tall, man, and
no, but
you're gonna definitely.
and like that's the thing. Like currently, I can bench like 180 for like different multiple sets and reps. Like so, like I don't know. Like I go to the gym and I'm just like I feel good. Like I feel
I
like I
mean, if
can
you, I mean,
Keep
everything.
doing
Like
that. Like I think you should seriously take a look at your diet. If you really are you trying to lose right now?
I'm just kind of like eating protein. Like I'm eating better. I don't eat as much as I did like say 2 months ago. Like it's a process for sure, but like I'm eating more like protein, watching myself. I'm doing the intermittent fasting, which I kind of always done, but like I'm focusing more on it now and being more
Let me
strict.
let me tell you, as someone who did it, like I'll give you a few tips right here. I'll make it short and sweet because I don't want to keep rambling. But I'll say that the best, like the thing you need the most is you have to want it. If you're just kind of half-assing it, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying if you're just
Right.
half-assing it, you're gonna make those exceptions that completely derail you because you're gonna be like, oh well, I was good today. Let me just eat that pizza, and like that. It, either that's just gonna throw you off for the whole week, or it's gonna have a snowball effect where you're gonna start. Okay, well I did that. I could do this too, and it's just gonna keep. You're gonna make excuses, and you're gonna go off the rails. And it really is what I did my entire life. So if you have to want it, you really have to want it because you're not gonna do those little things. You're not gonna like break your diet at all. The second thing, you have to realize it's not about going to the gym if you want to lose the weight. You have. I honestly would say 90% of it is your diet. You have to
oh,
focus on what you're
Evan,
eating. I'm not saying eat
I
healthy.
didn't tell you how I lost weight. That's the
How
thing.
did you lose it?
So I lost weight. Obviously, food is a big thing. I didn't like I cut out soda and stuff. That was like just sweets are a big thing for me because I loved me soda, some soda. As did you, Evan.
I eat a lot. I still drink so much Coke Zero. It's not even funny,
um,
dude.
but yeah, so but how I lost weight was along with the food and just kind of not going over my weight a calorie per day. I played Wii Sports and Just Dance every single day, like without a miss for like a month.
Yeah.
I mean, like every single day, I do my daily like challenge on Wii Sports, and then I'd play like
Yeah.
like some rounds of baseball and boxing, and then I'd play like there's in Just Dance that I got the 2022 one
Well, I
for
can tell you,
the
dude,
Switch, and
fucking excellent exercises.
yeah,
Shadow boxing. I fucking do that all the time, and it like you think like you can last like a minute doing that shit. It fucking gets you going.
no,
Like
and I'm telling you, like
hardcore shadow boxing.
Wii Sports, like there's like they have games with like not just like boxing, but they also have like mini games like to practice you for the main games, and they're like there's one where you have to like dodge tennis balls that are being thrown at you. So you have to move left and right, and it burns your like the sides of your like stomach because it pushes you so much. But yeah, I did that, and then
Wow.
I did 30 minutes of the like Just Dance has a playlist, and it's just like a bunch of songs and dance to them. And I did that, and I have no shame because it's in my house. So I was just went off, and it was like you don't even like I didn't even notice that I was losing weight. Like I wasn't. I was having such a good time, that I didn't process. I was like, oh yeah, this is working out. This is me going like,
Well, so let me ask you though. Did you watch what you were eating?
yeah, absolutely. Because like, well, it's not watching what I was eating. So I had MyFitnessPal, and I'd enter what I was eating, and I would just make sure that I was under my calories,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I didn't care what I ate. Like I was other than sugars. Like I wouldn't eat Oreos, but like I didn't care like if I had like a mozzarella stick or something, as long as I knew that I was still under my calories per the day.
Yeah.
I was fine. And like when you join an app like MyFitnessPal, it actually tells you like based on what your height and weight is and how much you want to lose in what time. It'll say you have to lose. You have to cut. Eight. For me, it was 800 calories per day. Like
Wow.
whatever my maintaining. Whatever my like required necessary whatever calories were. If I ate 800 less than that, I would be actively losing weight and stuff. So that's what I did, and fantastic. The first 10 pounds was all playing, playing games for that first month.
Yeah.
They shed, it was I didn't even notice. And then the next 5 pounds.
Well, that's water weight.
Yeah, and then the next 5 pounds was in India from the extreme heat, and also I did not. I'm telling you, until the last 3 days, I did not stop moving. I was like a shark. I just kept moving. And I also did this is the crazy part. And actually, so I did it with my Apple Watch. There's this pilgrimage that people in India do in one of the places, and it is. My mom was like, I'm gonna do this, and so should you. And it's I'm gonna say it, and it's like a mouthful. It's the Alpiri steps in India, and and it is 3,000. Oh, here we go. Okay. So it's 6,000 steps, but it's 6,000 steps that are across 10 miles, and it takes 3 hours to climb this, and I did it, and I had my Apple Watch on. This is I set records on that day because I burned 2,000 calories. I worked out because that whole time it was considered a hike. I worked out for 4 hours, and I have a whole bunch of records, because on Apple Watch it gives you those, hey, you did good this day. So I have 5 records for that day from the 295-minute workout where I burned 300% of my move goal. So that did really well for me. And it was also 102 degrees outside when I did it. That was also a factor.
That's wild.
So yeah, and I'm
you did a lot of physical exercises. What I'm hearing, you did a lot of pretty heavy exercise, extreme.
Yeah, that's why I'm now since I'm back, I've been going to the gym every day except when I go to the movies. And I spend an hour there. It's super. I'm getting it, and just recently, as of 3 days ago, I've started an extra ritual at the end of my workouts, because I work out for an hour, and then I go to the sauna. My gym has a sauna, and I sit there for 15 minutes, and I just zone out, just listen to music, meditate for 15 minutes, and then I go. It's really good for your body. Apparently, it's good for your heart. And
yeah, it's fantastic.
So
I love the sauna.
Yeah. Finally returned.
That was the place. That's where I actually went a lot. When I went, the place I went was called East Coast Fitness at Penn State. It was this really old gym, but it had a sauna in it too, and I really enjoyed doing that.
There's apparently, if you look up what a sauna is good for, there's a bunch of reasons.
Oh yeah.
And one of them is weight loss, but it's not real weight loss. You don't just go into the sauna and just lose weight. It's just you lose your water weight.
Yeah.
And then that's considered a weight loss. But everything else though, heart, it clears your pores, it helps your heart rate, all that stuff. Or your not heart rate, just your heart. All that stuff is true, and it's been really nice. After a long workout, I bookend my workouts with by rowing, so it's it just wears my body out. It warms me up for the first one, and then the second one at the end, it just wears me out. My last of my energy goes into rowing, and I'm dipping. So going into the sauna just feels like I'm getting a massage. It's fantastic.
Well, it's funny you say massage, because I love Planet Fitness's massage chairs. So I'll go in those literally every workout.
Is that where you go?
I go to Planet Fitness, yeah, because what it really is nice for is I can go anywhere and go to a Planet Fitness, and I travel around a lot. I'm either in Maryland, or I'm in, DC, or I'm even here, just in Philly, So I'm all over the place. So it's kind of it's good for me.
Wherever you go, they'll be there.
Anywhere. Yeah, and it's also nice too, because when you have the Black Card, so they have
how much is that, by the way?
Massage chairs and stuff. It's 20 something a month.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's really.
if,
I would.
if I didn't have like I'm lucky enough where my community, right where my parents are, has 2 gyms, so I just use
Oh
that.
wow,
Um,
that's so nice.
yeah, I don't pay for it, and they actually have 2. So the first gym is the older gym, which is one I go to, and it has like a lot of like cardio machines as well as like some workout, just like
Right.
weight machines. So I do like the stepper and the rowing just to kind of lose some calories because I'm not trying to build muscle immediately. I want to lose weight first and then do it. And then the second gym is
okay. I'm gonna get into something there. I just want to put a bookmark. Keep
okay.
going.
Okay, and then the second gym, which was where I used to go in high school a lot, is for weight. Like they have a bench there. They have a whole bunch of other stuff, just like for like fully muscle building. I still do the muscle building stuff, but it's I want to like I'm doing focusing on a lot of calorie burning, not like just like reps, which I still do. Okay, what's your bookmark? That was my segue into your bookmark.
Yeah. So my bookmark here it was when you talked about just losing calories doing cardio.
Yes, yeah.
I want to just put into that real quick. There is a lot wrong with that. You're gonna be losing calories for sure. But what you want to focus on if you're trying to lose weight is don't focus on the calories. I know everyone's always says calories in, calories out. However, what they don't tell you is when you're at a diet. Let's just say you eat 2,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
As a guy, and you every single day you're in the gym on the elliptical for 30 minutes. And this is not the number, but let's just say you lose 500 calories. So now you're losing 500 calories a day, and it's like over the time you're going to lose weight. Cool. The problem is your metabolism will actually adapt to that.
Yeah,
So
and then you
it's
start
only gonna
plateauing.
naturally, exactly what happens. So here's the thing about that. The best way to lose weight is really not cardio at all. It's something you should do for sure because obviously it's like
Oh, I
cardiovascular
don't do
health is
any other
extremely
than
important.
the rowing is the
Well,
only other one I do.
I'm gonna just say this for anyone watching that wants to lose weight. If you really want to lose weight and you don't want to plateau, is what you should do is you should weight lift and incorporate some cardio in there because it's going to help you with a lot of like compound exercises that are like squats. It'll help you a lot with that, and you don't realize like how much it actually helps you in the long run, like heart wise. I mean, dude, just if you ran like every day, like every other day, like just not even that long, just like 10 minutes. It's like, dude, you're gonna probably like save yourself a lot of years, heart wise. So just keeping on top of it, not focusing. What you should focus on is weightlifting because here's the thing: what happens when you're building muscle, and you're constantly building muscle. When you're lifting, you're breaking it down, you're building it back up. That adds on your metabolism. And the thing is, when you get bigger and bigger, your body has a lot more surface to burn. You know what I'm saying? Like you're bigger, and because muscle takes up a lot more calories than fat does, like so much more. So when you're constantly building muscle, and on top of that, maintaining that muscle, and also adding on everything else you're doing in your daily life, it's like, dude, you burn. You. The only place you'll hit plateaus are going to be with like how big your muscles are getting and how much weight you're lifting, because you actually will. That's not for now, but I'm saying like if you just keep lifting, you will lose that weight so much faster than if you ran, because you're going to hit too many plateaus and you're going to feel so bad. It's just not going to work for you because you're just going to give up on it.
Yeah, I'm not a runner. I just have very bad. Like I used to run a lot, but I not anymore. And I just hate running outside,
so
and then I hate running inside because it's just on the inside it's just boring. On the outside, I just find it uncomfortable. So I like rowing. Rowing is a full body workout.
I was just about to say,
and it's super nice. So I do that every day.
Perfect cardio workout, honestly.
Yeah, I also do the stair thing, the stair climber, but I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't know, but yeah, rowing's really good. And then I forget. I do. I don't even know what the machines are called, so I can't even tell you what their names are.
What are you doing?
Well, so I have like I said, my stomach has gone flatter now. So I'm trying to lose like
Yeah.
back weight, you know, like the stuff like on your like wings, on your back wings of your arms. I don't know what the body part's called.
Shoulder blades.
Shoulder
The
blades. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. So like I'm trying to like lose weight, like fat there. So I do a lot of like pull down exercises.
Yeah.
And then I'm also working on my chest. You know, trying to shape those moves into pecs. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I do a lot of like the stuff. It works kind of like a bench press, but you're like sitting up for it, and you know you're pushing this weight outward.
Right.
I don't know what the names are, but that's like that's the kind of stuff I do.
Pretty sure it's just a chest press.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Chest press, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
The second word press is the action you're doing, like how you're pressing like certain muscles to like push it out. That's why it's called a press.
Well, I'm doing that as well. They also have an abdominal machine where you kind of do, you know, but it's like sitting up, but you do sit-ups. And
Yeah.
I do like as of today, I did 100 pounds, and I do, you know, different reps. I mix it up.
So you're not doing actual sit-ups, you're doing the machine?
Yeah. Well, I do sit-ups at home.
Good. Don't do sit-ups. That's actually awful for your neck.
Is it really?
If you're really trying to work on your core, I mean, planks are pretty.
Well, I'm not. Yeah.
Dude,
I do planks and
but
push-ups.
do
Push-ups is the
neck.
stuff that I always struggled with. So it's like a slow growth for me. I'm trying to get back into like actually like I this was an embarrassment. Like, when I was in middle school, I did not weigh a lot when I was in middle school. But I was always a tall kid, and I could not. Whenever they did those fitness tests, I'd be fine in everything else. But man, when it came to do push-ups, I hated it. I was like, oh, this is so awkward. And I was embarrassed if like I was ever partnered with like a girl, because she's like, all right, I'll hold your hand, I'll hold your legs, you go, and I'm like, oh no, you don't hold the legs for sit-ups. I'll count.
No, for
You have to
sit-ups
count.
you do.
Well, yeah, for sit-ups you do. For push-ups, I'll count. So she'll count, and I'll be like, you don't have to. the number's not going to go up. I could do like one if I struggled. I just had like weak arms, I guess. I don't know, but now I can do push-ups. Not a lot still, but I'm slowly growing. So, getting there.
Well, that's good though. I mean, push-ups are one of the best exercises you can do. Do you do different variations?
At this point, I'm just trying to do like a classic push-up. I don't want to play with it because I'm barely good at this. I feel like I need to master at least one thing before I start branching out. But I do know about like other, you know, forms of push-ups, or like other, you know, shapes that you hold your hand and stuff.
I would say though that triangles, if we were going to do any other variation, that'd be the only one I really do. A triangle push-up is really good for your triceps, like really good. So you want to work those out. So that's going to give you.
The tricep shape is what I was seeking. That was the conversation I was having with Austin when I sent him the photo, because I was like, that shape of the arm is like the thing I've been going for in my arms. Because like I think my arms are fine. Like I don't need to lose weight in my arms, so I'm just going for muscle.
You just want to gain muscle.
Yeah. So I've been doing like workouts for that. And so that's why I sent that image, Evan, because that was the first time I saw any shape, and so I was like, "Oh, snap! Like this is like my arm when I'm like, you know, how it would look just naturally eventually." So I'm slowly getting because right now, like that's just, I don't have to flex for that. If I just straighten my arm, like that curve comes out. So I'm, you know, slowly building it up more. Hopefully, I don't have to stretch it out. It's just a natural kind of muscle that stays there. That's a fun growth.
So,
yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
There's a few exercises that you could definitely do. One thing that's really, really great is like I said, there's triangle push-ups. They're fantastic. But I think the biggest thing would probably be the dips. Do you do dips at all?
I don't think I could. You mean like where you're like holding onto the bars and you like do like sink below it?
Yeah, you just dip yourself down basically.
Yeah, I'm awful at those. Just
that's
terrible.
You have no tricep strength.
Yeah.
So yeah. And that actually that's fantastic. That gets your lower chest, and that's gonna get your your triceps a lot. And that's what I do now. I switched. I used to do. There's a tricep press at the Planet Fitness I went to, and there was like a tricep like, you know how people do bicep curls. You know, basically
Yeah.
imagine the opposite, like holding those bars and just moving it the other way, and that was like for your triceps. And that I did that a lot, and I eventually just switched to doing the triangles, the dips, and then that, because I really try to work out my triceps as much as possible. I mean, you don't real people don't realize, like, yeah, but everyone goes for biceps, not triceps too.
Tri-
They
tri-
help shape your arms. Like,
Triceps, yeah, they do the back of the arm where this bicep just does the
yeah.
front. Um, my main muscle area is my arms, and then my shoulders is where I kind of go for.
Well,
Just-
I'm assuming that you do overhead press.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to definitely. That's probably one of the most. If you had the pick, you know, like one of the most essential. That's just. I mean, overhead press is probably essential for your shoulders. I think that's the only way I could really. I mean, like, dude, like there's a lot
I mean,
of other little
the
exercises.
the the, the handy thing is that the all the machines at the gym. All the machines at the gym have like an image of a person, and then like they have the highlight of the muscle that it works out if you do the exercise properly. So it's convenient because then I can know if like whatever body part I want to focus on, I just look through the images, and if I see one that I'm like, all right, I want to work that, and then I go for, however many reps I decide to go for, and go from there. But hello, Alexa, welcome.
Hello. Sorry I'm so late. I was gonna be on about 20 minutes ago, but then I spilled my chocolate milk all over the floor.
Of course.
So I've been cleaning that up.
I
haven't even drank any of it yet. Just spilled it.
It's fine. This is the medical stream. So
I see the title, and I've been listening. As I cleaned up my mess, I just opened Twitch to listen.
Oh, Alexa, since you just joined, what we started this off, which is now turned into a podcast.
Not a good. Yeah, don't. I wouldn't ask that question though. I don't think it's a fun question.
Why not? This question I started the stream with.
Okay. Oh, I need to know what it is at least. I don't know if I answer it.
It's what is the time? What was your closest near-death experience? That's what it is.
Closest near-death experience?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really had that many. Can I think about it and we come back to me?
You can think about it. So actually, I haven't said mine. Mine was it was back in senior year of high school. I had just, I'd gotten my license, and I was just about, I was taking the car out on my own, just kind of going to town, hanging out. At one point, I was driving back. I was a few minutes away from my house, and I got a call from my dad, and I was just jamming out his music. So I was like, I'll just no, I'm not gonna pick it up right now. I'm gonna let this song go. After it finishes, I come to a red light, and I open my phone. I'm like, can't talk now, driving. We'll talk to you later. And I was like, all right. I typed it out. I did this was when I just got the swipe keyboard on my phone, so I swiped it out, and then the signal turned green. So I was like, shit! I typed out the last few words without looking at my phone. Put the phone down, and then I kept going. And then when I got to the next red light, I looked down. I was like, all right, let me hit send on that message. And I was like, as I'm doing it, let me read it before I send it. And I looked at the message I typed out to my dad and said, can't talk now. Fucking, we'll talk to you later. And when I say near-death experience, I don't think my body would have been found. I don't think there'd been any evidence.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Wait, did you say so you didn't send it?
I didn't send it. I was about to, and I
Thank God you read it first.
Wow.
Oh my
God.
I
am here to tell the tale because I did not send that.
It's
message.
like that one picture where it's like a mom texts the son like are you on your way, and he swipes the text, and It says he wanted to say I'm coming home, but it says I'm coming ho. And then he kept trying to put home and it wouldn't send, and then he's like fucking piece of shit, and then that sent. So his message just read, I'm coming ho, fucking piece of shit.
I love that.
But yeah, that's probably my closest.
That's crazy. I mean, that's funny, man. I think we all have like a million stories of almost sending.
I will say the most painful. I can very clearly say the most painful thing that's ever happened to me. I remember it like it happened last week because it did. I had my wisdom tooth pulled out, and the anesthesia did not kick in. Or not the anesthesia. Are you
serious?
Not the anesthesia. Sorry, I didn't have anesthesia.
See.
It was just the pain reliever, whatever. The numbing
a
thing.
shot of like numbing.
Yeah, and so that stuff didn't kick in. So it was essentially. It's good to know, by the way, for you guys. You know, I'm not, even if like the police get me, like I can't snitch on you because they could pull my teeth out and I wouldn't give my secrets because they pulled this teeth out and I was like, oh, like, or tooth. They pulled this tooth out, and I felt like it was just a raw emotion. Like that was just how it feel, because like I could feel it breaking and like pulling. It was rough. Holy shit,
man.
Holy shit. Yeah, that was the most painful thing I've ever. Like I was in the middle of it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? This is the most painful thing that's ever happened to me. I went through all my list. So yeah, this is it. And then yeah. And then, so at one point, and this is just the last detail I'll give about it, but so I had a complication with my wisdom tooth because it was supposed to be just a simple, like, all right, well, let's take the tooth out. She gave me the shots. She started pulling it, and like, first of all, it was just like a thing, like a metal rod thing that they just like used to like just leverage it out. Like they were just trying to like, you know, like yank it from one direction. And then eventually she got like prongs.
I didn't know that band number name.
And then she got prongs and then pulled it out. But so she pulled out the first like half of it, and she's like, okay, there's pus. So there's like food got stuck in there. There's pus. So like, she cleaned it out. But because of the pus, there's complication now. You have to get stitches. Like, you have to get stitches. And so she's like, are you scared of stitches? And I'm like, no. So you're gonna get stitches then. I was like,
this makes me cringe.
So I was like, yeah, but like, what's the alternative? And she was like, there is none. So okay, so yeah, I'll get stitches versus me just leaving with half my tooth like being removed. So I got 2 stitches in my mouth. I got them removed earlier this week, but yeah, that was a fun time. That whole
Did
thing.
they like numb it at all whenever you got them removed, or
no? Well, the stitches.
I've never had stitches in my mouth. I did. I had dissolvable stitches.
So,
I had all 4.
So I will say though, the numbing actually kicked in afterward, like when the stitches were going in. So I didn't feel the needle going in. I was like, okay,
That's
you guys can put in the needle now. And she was just like, oh yeah, it's done. We just snipped it out. But yeah, How
long did she wait between like giving you the shot and starting the removal?
Oh, immediately. There was no wait.
Oh. Oh my god! Whenever I get shots for like a cavity, they wait like 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, that was I was in that building for a total of 30 minutes. From me walking in,
Lord.
go like signing the document to me leaving with 2 stitches in my tooth removed.
2 stitches and 1 less tooth.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was a bargain. I got 2 stitches and all it was 1 tooth. Like, I mean, they got ripped off, to be honest.
Wow.
I can't imagine. I was knocked out for my wisdom teeth removal. I got all 4 out and I was passed out entirely. I got a needle in my hand because my elbow veins are too small. And
you need to do more steroids, Alexa. Gee, like that's.
I know, I'm working on it. Yeah, and I just was like the most painful part about the removal process
Alexa,
for me was getting the needle in my hand.
Just eat 2 bags of snacks every day until dinner, and you'll be fine.
My veins won't get bigger though.
It was a conversation that happened earlier. You're not a part of it.
I was very confused.
It was more so targeted to the other
I
people.
still can't like that. When you first texted me that story, I was like, "What?"
Texted you what?
About your tooth.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that shit hurted. But
Dude, my friend would do steroids though. My friend actually did it, and he's already losing his hair.
well, that's one way to do a transition
Wow,
conversation.
imagine losing your hair this young.
Yeah,
What
dude, he's losing his hair, and he's saying, he's like, yeah, I have
that was targeted.
sciatica now.
Evan might not have noticed, but that was targeted.
It was.
100% the Suri.
Wow, that's some bullshit.
Wait, you're losing your hair? I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude, I just shaved my head. I'm just bald.
Oh, that's not losing. That's like on purpose.
No. Like I don't have like I have a receding hairline. Well, mainly it's like my hair on the top of my head won't grow as fast as like the sides of my head, and so there's like a very very big imbalance. And so I decided instead of just trying to like feeling insecure about it, I just shave my head, and now I just rock the bald look.
Oh yeah,
I do. I ask.
do you like it?
Oh, I love it, dude. I think first of all, I'm like I've been told I have a good head shape, so I'm luckily like when it's bald, I don't it looks fine, and then I just rock a beard and mustache, and I think I look great. I think I'm I pull off the look.
That's sick. I didn't even notice. Let me look at your hair. Let me look at that picture you sent me.
Yeah, the photo I sent you, I had shaved it a few weeks ago, so it was on its way to growing back. I usually keep it less so. Keep it.
Yeah, man, you look good.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I sent full nudes to Evan, and he was not talking about my hair upstairs at least.
You got that damn straight.
Austin, I feel like you aren't talking as much. Are you succumbing to
How
the
much chocolate milk have you had today, Austin?
Ooh, I mean, I don't know if I should be answering that.
for what trouble would you be getting in?
Well, Austin wouldn't want to say anything that would make him look bad on the internet.
Alexa, what's in the past? It's in the past.
Yeah, we don't need to think about that.
Yeah, we don't go back.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Well, on that note, do you guys want to like play some games?
Have you all just been talking this whole hour and a half?
Absolutely.
Did you actually watch Blue Dreams, by the way, or is this just
no? That's just my wallpaper.
Because I opened the stream and I was about to yell at you guys for watching it without me, and then I realized that it was the wallpaper.
Yep. That's just my wallpaper.
Evan, what was your experience on Blue Dream? Tell us about it.
I don't think he should. I don't think he should.
No, here's the only thing I'll say. I gotta be honest though. It really helped me realize like I never want to be that guy. You know what I mean? I think we all know. Can I say his name?
No, absolutely
No.
You cannot. That
No, I was thinking more of like the funny shit, like when we were fucking with you, because you did the sound for Blue Dream, so we would talk into the microphone and fuck with you.
Oh, dude, that was so funny.
So this was a thing. What Austin's talking about when we worked on Blue Dream, as you can see me right there. Austin's also in it, and Evan worked sound for it, and so we were all mic'd up. And what we do is in between takes, because Evan's fully strapped in the whole time. He has to be, he has the headphones on. He's monitoring the audio, and while he's testing the audio, like we just go. And like right into the microphone, and it is like when it's like those microphones, so it sounds creepy. Like it's just in your ear, like it just sounds like someone's next to you doing it because it's just that kind of clarity.
The most fucked up ASMR I've ever listened to was during the shooting of Blue Dream.
What a statement!
Yeah, that's the bar that we strive for.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, like I remember it was really funny. Dude, I actually caught my boss stealing from the company.
I do remember that, and that turned into a big thing.
Really?
He got fired, yeah.
I didn't hear about this. Wait,
yeah.
So we accidentally uncovered a whole fucking scandal?
Yeah, remember how we were in the vape shop?
Yeah.
What's funny, by the way, that place is now closed now because of him.
Oh well, okay. So
well, we were I remember going in the vape shop and someone was just like, "Oh yeah, take whatever you want." I was like, no.
So what dude, here's what fucking happened with that. I'll tell a shorter version of this. We were filming. And towards the very end of it, he came really early, and it's like we didn't open until like 11 because who's buying vape juice at like 9
Yeah.
a.m.
Right.
So like he came in. We were there really early too. I remember like we got
Yeah.
there like super early. We left
Yeah,
like
fucking
super
McDonald's
early.
wasn't even open. I remember being
Yeah,
mad as shit
we
about
wanted
that.
to. Austin and I wanted to walk across
too early.
to get some food, and nothing was open.
Yeah, so like
What's too early in your opinion? When McDonald's isn't open.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In a
really.
college town on a weekend, that McDonald's should be open at fucking 4 a.m.
It should just be 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours. Yeah.
So like here's what happened is like he was coming in, and like I was like, hey, and then here's the thing. Here's what happened prior to that little prequel action. He like my boss, who like he was the real boss, was from California, and he hired that guy as a manager. So the guy, but Rob, his name was, I could say his name, Rob. He said,
Oh wow, he lived up to his name. That's cool.
I know, right? He literally
Self-fulfilling
said that
prophecy.
he was the owner. He said that he was the owner, and so like the boss, who I actually knew because he came a few times, his name was Ohm. Like he was the real owner, but Rob would always claim that
Yo,
he
was he
the
Indian?
owner. So no, he was from the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
So, but here's the thing. Rob, like I said, would always say he's the owner. So in my head, he was the owner. But before this, like probably, I want to say like 2 weeks before, Ohm came and was like saying, "Hey, so like we've had a problem with like our inventory just like disappearing. Like, have you or like anyone else been stealing?" I was like, "No." So
Have you been stealing? Oh yeah, dude, my bad. Yep.
No, but
Stop
he's
doing
like,
that.
well, he asked it in a way basically where he was like, "Have you been like using like samples? Have you been like taking it for your own?" Like it's Bob. It's kind of like that, but like it was mostly basically him trying to figure out who's been taking shit. Have you noticed anybody taking shit? And I was like, no, I didn't really notice that. And I was like, you're the owner, kind of, still. So here's what happened. Like I really genuinely did not. I met him prior. Like my first year there, and then I worked there for 2.5 years, didn't see him one time. So I was like, yeah, Rob's the owner. So anyway, he kind of was like, we kind of like suspected Rob of stealing. So when I saw him,
Subtext: Are you or anyone you know a thief? What's up, Nomad?
Hey, Nomad.
When I saw him that early in the morning, I knew something was up. So I, by then you guys had all left, I think, See, or we were almost done packing up or whatever.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get McDonald's, and I left, knowing full well that the security cameras are on. So what I saw, here's what happened when I left. I came back, and he did this really weird thing. Like, you know how it was a really long stretch of road until you got to the inside the vape shop?
Yeah. Yeah.
So from there, but there was the parking lot, like parking spaces, like right there. So I saw him go to his car, put stuff in his car, and then he walked with me and he put his hand on my back and was like, "Hey, son," and he called me son. And he was talking to me. He's like, "Son," and then like he's like, "Yeah, like so, like it's really awesome what you're doing. Like you're doing a really good thing." And he looked at me and was just like, yeah, he's like, "You're a good guy." You're a good guy. And it was the weirdest thing I'd ever experienced.
Was he talking about filming?
Weird.
About how that was a
He
good
was talking about he's like, what you're doing, and like the person you are, you're a really good guy. He was like really buttering me up.
He's just gaslighting you, like
it was so weird.
So it's funny because I remember a guy walking in when I was face down in the fucking concrete right outside. When they were filming. It was literally the last thing we did. I left, and one dude was bitching about a ticket that he got on his car, and then a random guy walked into the store. So it must have been that guy. It was literally
that guy.
Right as we were filming, like done.
Yeah, it was like the last catch, like wrap up shot that we like. It wasn't even on the schedule. We just had to get a shot of Austin dead.
I'll never forget the look on his face when he saw us, because you can't really, when you have to get up to it close to see people inside, the windows.
Yeah.
Like when he saw me looking at him, he had a deer in headlights look too. So that's why I also knew something was up. But let me finish this up real quick. So what happened was, then we had to figure, me and my coworker Vito, we had to figure out how the hell we can access these video cameras, because we didn't know. We actually spent an entire day, and we got paid for it, trying to go through all of Rob's like login information and try to figure out We literally could not figure. He had so many weird logins and stuff, and we could not figure it out.
Should you be saying this on video?
Yeah, it's fine. It really is fine. So we
okay, I'll take your word for it.
We found the footage of him. What he did was he took a ton of like vape juice. He took a ton of it and put it like in his pockets and like other like everywhere. And then he took it out to the car. And then the next thing I saw was him coming in with me with his hand on my shoulder. And then we looked back at other, days. Like it only went back, I think, like 14 days. So we looked for 2 weeks, and we caught him stealing 2 other times. So, the thing we found out, he opened up another vape shop.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
So he took all of that inventory and sold it in his other vape shop.
That's insane.
How did that work out? Like, did he get sued?
So first off,
was that other vape shop? Was it roughly in the same area? Like it was close by, right?
It was relatively close by. Yeah.
I think I went to that vape shop afterwards.
Can you give me the abbreviation of like the?
I don't know the name of it. Is it like you go down a staircase and it's like in like a basement kind of?
I couldn't tell you that.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I don't know the name of it.
I never went to it.
But there is another vape shop that was very close. Like, I mean, relatively to where we filmed.
So, yeah, he literally bought another store and would steal the inventory from that store. And then he would do a bunch of, like, weird accounting things to try to, like, hide it. But, like, it only worked for, like, probably. And I always wondered, I was like, we have nothing in this store. Why do we have nothing on the shelves? And it was because he was stealing all of it. And I think he probably cost, like, him close to, like, $100,000.
Damn.
Oh, my Lord.
Total. Yeah,
and wow.
Yeah, it was a lot of money, and he had been doing it for like a while. He'd been stealing stuff for a while and like kind of gaining an inventory because he was stealing not only like that, but it was also stealing the mods and the other stuff. And the thing is, it totally sank the business because all the people would come in asking for stuff, and then we never had anything except for like the shit. And then like people would eventually just stop coming in. Like, dude, I would bring my Xbox into work. I would play Xbox. I'd play Xbox and RuneScape, and like I'd literally go days sometimes without seeing like customers. I'd see maybe one or two guys. Yeah, it got to that point. It was nuts.
That's crazy.
So yeah, that was my story about.
Did he like? Do you know if like sued Rob or anything?
I don't know. I don't think he did. I think he kind of like. I think what he ended up doing was selling that business to somebody else, and then it went out of business due to COVID. So he got out of it at the right time.
Kind of worked out for him then, maybe.
It really worked out for him. It didn't work out for the other guy.
It's not stealing, but I remember when I worked at GameStop in college, there was I was like chilling at home. I was watching some TV, and my manager calls, and she's like, "Hey, can you?" By the way, random fun fact: my manager is like a distant cousin of Trump, of Donald Trump. It's a random fun fact. And so she
real fun.
Real fun.
Had a lot of fun.
And so she called me and I was like, "Hey, can you come in to work?" And I was like, "Well, like,
you're fired.
Isn't?" And I was like, "Oh, I know the assistant manager was working like on schedule to work that day." So I was like, "Isn't he working?" And she's like, "No, he's no longer working with us." And I was like, "Oh shit. What happened?" Because I was like, I know it was a manager, but I was like, it's GameStop, so like you're very cordial. So I was like, what happened? She's like, I can't say it. And so I was like, yeah, I can come in. I was driving in, and on my way in, I called him. I was like, hey, dude, what happened? And he starts just like breaking into this like hysterical laughter. He's like, dude, you won't believe it. So he was opening the store. So the store opens at 7 or 8, and you get there like a half hour early. And so he got there casually, but there's like a dress code, quote unquote, on certain days. So he had to wear like a special Battlefield shirt or something. And so he's like, all right, well, he just like the store wasn't open yet. The doors were closed, but there was see-through windows. So he just took off his shirt and just changed on the floor.
Oh my god!
And like no one saw him. Like it wasn't like no one walked by or anything. But then he opened the store or whatever. But just happened to be that the district manager came in that day and started review footage with my manager.
Yeah, I was about to say, why would you get fired for that? I'm like, that's so stupid.
And so
but yeah, the higher ups.
The district manager saw him just in the middle of this, like right next to the register, in the middle of the store, just take off his shirt,
rip, and oh my god.
So yeah,
that's the dumbest reason you've ever been fired. Well, once I changed my shirt.
And it's crazy because like he could have just gone to the back of the store. Like we have, the store has a back, and it's a locked door, so no one can get in. It's perfectly private. So no, he just
that's bad timing, says Nomad.
Yeah, very very unfortunate. He's a very chill manager though, and he's I feel like at this point I can say it. So like he was one of those people where when you work at GameStop, they let you play any game that comes out for the first for 3 days. So you could take it. It's considered research, is what it is, but you could literally take any game that they have, and for 3 days, take it home and play it. And even new games. So if a new game came in, you would we'd cut it open, and then that would be the game that's on display, on the shelf, and we could take it home and play it. So I played The Division. I got The Division, and my assistant manager, he also borrowed The Division, and so we were playing it. And so it was 3 days, and I brought it in, and he was working, and I was like, all right, I'm here to return to The Division. He's like, oh dude, we had such a good time playing that game. And I was like, yeah, it was really fun. So he's like, all right, well, just take it home, we'll play it again tonight. I was like, I'm not paying for this, it's $60. And he's like, no, we'll just say we got the dates wrong. So like I kept this game for 2 weeks. It just kept going up, and he's like, yeah, we'll just say we got the wrong date. We know you never checked it out, whatever. And like, so 2 weeks later, I finally returned. But yeah, The Division, a very, very fun game. I will promote it now. It was very fun.
Even though I wouldn't buy it, you should buy it.
No, actually, no.
Really?
No,
I'm kidding.
No, actually, it was a positive because this was back when I used to do solo streams, and so I streamed myself playing with him, and that stream, like we had a blast playing it, and for the next like month, we would actually show people clips from that stream, and we sold copies of The Division that way. Like people would watch our clip and be like, oh damn, it's kind of fun. And like, there was a dude who called up his friend and was like, hey dude, you want to pick up The Division? Like it kind of looks fun. And they like picked it up. So I think I moved a lot of copies.
What? I think so.
I think I moved a lot of copies.
Seems like you made it worth The Division's
Yeah,
while.
absolutely. I also sold. So just this whole thing has been tangential conversations, but off of recommendations, because I recommended The Division a lot. I also recommended No Man's Sky a lot, and never has a recommendation I've made backfired on me so heavily. That game,
why?
No Man's Sky, when it launched, was awful. Like it just did not live up to the promise that it held. Now it does. Like 4 years later.
Even longer than that.
Yeah, but like now, like it's winning like awards because it's super well polished. It's delivering on what it wanted. But back then, like the idea of like a place, the game had. Do you know about No Man's Sky, Evan, at all?
No.
Okay, so the idea of this game, I don't remember the entire sales pitch, but it's a first-person science fiction adventure game. But what's really cool about it, and the thing that made it so ambitious, was that so you start off on a random planet, and you can look around, get resources, and at any point, if you're like, I'm tired of this planet, you have a spaceship. You can, like in first person, get into a spaceship, take off, and fly yourself off of the planet into another planet. And there are like, I think it was like 3 billion planets. Dude.
It was a big promise. Like, like, do you know the game Ark? It's like Ark, but like
3 billion, 3 billion
like,
more.
Planet, yeah.
And so
and like each of them have like
ambitious.
their own like special like terrain and
animals, and like it's like a whole ecosystem. Each one's different.
Very fucking crazy.
And the goal was to get to the center of the universe. Was the goal of the game. But at launch, it was just a lot of like bugs and problems, and it just didn't work out well. Now, however, it's super smooth. It has a really, really strong fan base because people really love the game. Like I've seen people like meet each other and like get married because they met on No Man's Sky and played went on adventures together and stuff. So
yeah,
That's crazy. Wow.
I think
What's
even
it on?
It's on everything. It's on everything.
Yeah,
all platforms. Okay.
I think
it's on Game Pass.
It won I think back-to-back years.
Best community,
the best ongoing video game or whatever.
Oh yeah, because it beat Fortnite.
It beat Fortnite, and we were all surprised at that because we were like, "Oh, it's fucking Fortnite! Like everyone fucking plays Fortnite."
Yeah,
and yeah,
you will never experience the same planet twice. Oh, Sean Murray. Sean Murray is. What'd you say?
I'm sorry. Keep going. Sorry.
No. Sean Murray is from Hello Games. He's the people that made No Man's Sky.
Oh. Gotcha.
By the way, also just one last thing for how awesome No Man's Sky was. It turned out really great, but its promise was it was 3 billion planets, unique planets that you could go to and experience, and it was made by a team of 24 people, I think, or maybe 50.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a very small team.
So, what came a long way. But what we were saying, Evan.
Oh no, because you mentioned Fortnite. I was gonna say, did you play the new Fortnite with no?
I haven't. That update came the day I think I was leaving to India, and I saw on Twitter everyone talking about how good it was. I haven't played it though. The only thing I've played since I've been back is I played The Ascent, which I will say is one of my favorite games of all time. I really really love this game, and I also played Blood Hunt, Vampire Masquerade Blood Hunt. And then I started playing Chernobylite, which is a beautiful looking game. Like it is on console. I'm playing on a PS5. It is such a gorgeous game. I want to play more of it. It's just it was not the right headspace to play it when I booted it up initially. So I have to give it another try. But those are the only things I've played since I've been back.
Wow.
Yeah, I've beat a couple games recently. I beat Star Wars Fallen Jedi Order. Last of Us Part 2, and I've been playing a lot of the MLB The Show. Which,
what's up, Joey?
I already told Sarita,
Joey.
I am very fucking adamant, and especially after beating The Last of Us Part 2, that Ghost of Tsushima should have fucking won Game of the Year. Last of Us Part 2 story is garbage.
I feel like you just didn't give it the time, love, and care that need. Like you just kind of played it as a game.
What does that mean?
Because
I put 30 hours into the fucking game.
Yeah, but you also took 5 times to play it. Like you took you started it, stopped, started it, stopped.
No. Shut up. I played The Last of Us, the first part, like that.
You also started the second game too, because you told me
from the beginning. Though both times I started back from the beginning.
I know, but
experienced it in a very cohesive, one-shot playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
And it was both stories. The first one I was like, okay, thank God there's a second one because I'm not really happy with the ending of this one. And then I fucking beat the second one. And I'm like, this one fucking sucked too. The ending was not fucking fulfilling at all. And
wait, you're telling me that The Last of Us wasn't fulfilling to you?
Not at all. I did not like the ending.
That's crazy, dude. I love the ending for the first Last of Us. I've
never played it, but I've watched a playthrough of it, and I also did love
the ending of the first Last of Us. Pissed me off to no fucking end.
I did that. Obviously, if the ending of the first game,
I can actually talk about the ending of The Last of Us, right? It's been fucking 10 years.
No,
right?
if the ending of the first game bothered you so much, why would you think that the second game
pissed me off?
Why would you think the second game would be any better for you?
Can I openly talk about it? Because I have strong opinions about this, and I have to actually express it through the plot.
The first one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. The Last of Us Part 1, spoilers. If you haven't played Last of Us Part 1.
3.
No, just go for it.
Last of Us Part 1 is a story about Joel, who in the beginning loses a daughter. And I get, they're very good with the whole starting at one point and character development and then ending at the complete fucking opposite. Because Last of Us Part 2 does the same shit. So he doesn't want to lose another daughter in Ellie. So he fucking murders everyone on the entire fucking planet by not creating the cure with the fireflies and rescuing Ellie. It's the dumbest fucking thing ever. You've risked your life, you risked her life through all of these countless fucking things and zombies, or you can't call them zombies, but whatever the fuck you want to call them in
Clickers.
this. Yeah.
PC.
And these gangs and these fucking tribes and these other motherfuckers that decide to just show up out of nowhere.
Point, Austin.
I feel like everything you've listed is the point of the thing that you're describing. Like
Joel is such a douchebag.
Exactly.
Get this.
Austin, that's the whole point of the game. It's the fact that this is a person who, after everything that he's been through, he finally decides, I'm gonna do something really, really selfish, and that's the whole that's what the second game then builds on.
To be a good thing.
There was no point.
Too.
That's
because Ellie's pissed exactly how I am in the second one. Exactly how I am, and the ending of the second one is equally as not fulfilling.
No, but that's the thing, though. I don't think
I'm not saying anything of the ending.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about it. But yeah, that's the point in the fact that the way that what happens to Joel is a byproduct of the fact of his decision at the end of the first game, and then that whole journey that happens afterward, it is part of the cycle that the story that game's telling. And the fact that, Austin, I get to the end, I'm telling you that the two of the details about the end of the game, and you're like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense, is that I don't think you really gave this. That's what I'm saying. No. You didn't.
So it's bullshit because we can't actually openly talk about what you're talking about, and it's very fucking small detail that isn't actually even confirmed. No, it's bullshit. I like the idea of it. But it means that the story's still not fucking over.
Austin is.
But
because
I'm saying
I can't talk about it. That's the thing that's pissing me off.
But that's the thing, though. It's one of those games. You said your girlfriend played this 3 times. It's a game that takes. It's not just like you play it for fun. And there's parts of The Last of Us Part 2 that are designed.
That's a video game. If you're not playing a video game for fun, it's just
stress. Like movies. It's like, some movies make you cry your eyes out and they're just depressing as hell.
Exactly.
They're still enjoyable to watch.
I would watch the fuck out of this TV show and still be pissed off.
But no, that's the whole point of why The Last of Us Part 2 is special. Is that
no, it's not special. Fuck it. I'm already locked in. If they make a third one, I'm gonna fucking buy it because I feel like there's a story that has to wrap up.
No,
it doesn't. It's a fucking 30-hour deep tease.
I really think so as well.
It's fine if you don't like it. You don't have to like it.
But I have to buy the third. I need to know what the fuck happens. The story, the world is good, characters are good, but they've managed to fuck up the ending every time. There's parts throughout the story where they could have ended it.
Look, Austin,
and it'd be like, oh wow, that's going to lead up to so much more.
I guarantee you that the next game will be the exact same pattern of storytelling as this one because the same people will be making it. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't waste your money. I love The Last of Us Part 1. I love the part 1 and part 2.
I'm going
but that's the thing, though. You're just a dumbass for doing it.
I'm not a dumbass. No, because
you're spending
I've been this far. I've already invested this much time. Do you want to know why I stopped playing The Last of Us? First Last of Us?
No. But here's the thing.
No. Wait. Let me stop. Do you want to know why I stopped playing the first Last of Us before even The Last of Us Part 2 came out? Because one weekend I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play it, and I was texting Suri. And I was like, oh, I'm at this part where Ellie finally gets a gun for the first time. And he's like, I put fucking hard work into this game. And so he's like, oh yeah, you're about a quarter of the way done the game.
Yeah, he didn't finish the first season.
I was like, I put 10 hours into this fucking game. You mean I'm only a quarter of the way done? I was like, I don't have time for this shit.
Look, I'm gonna say this as a very rational voice, okay? Knowing Austin, I know the fact. Okay, I've known Austin for a few years. I know the fact that he doesn't like stealth games. He's just bad at he's inherently awful at stealth games. I can solidly claim that. So, The Last of Us, and also you didn't like The Last of Us.
Wait. Let me add to that. My girlfriend, who I played The Last of Us Part 2 with, and this is almost a direct quote. Watching me play the game stressed her out.
Yeah. So considering that point, and also the fact that you didn't like part 1 and part 2, and that part 3 will inevitably told by the same people. It'll be conceptualized, and the story beats, and
There
it'll all
has to
be.
be
No,
an
I
end.
guarantee you,
That's
Austin.
what
It
I'm
doesn't though.
saying.
I
That's the point, though.
guarantee
The point
you
is there
that
isn't.
this is it. That The Last of Us Part 2 or Part 2 is the end of this storyline. Don't waste your money, because all you're gonna do is just rant, just go off on another rant, waste 30 hours of your life playing a game that you will then just lose your head over on stream because you should have had the foresight to know the same game from the same people that you didn't like earlier won't be any better now.
But here's the thing, is that I love the game for the first 50% of it. And then the next 25%, I'm like, okay, I really can't wait for this to end, because I'm curious of how this game is going to end. And then I get to the final quarter of the game, and I'm like, wow, this isn't going to fucking resolve any of the questions I actually have, and it's going to fucking just dick tease me. And that's all it does. And that's what I'm saying, is that if they give me a conclusive end, or at least a very good cliffhanger, because, once again, not saying specific things, The Last of Us Part 2 ends, and it ends in its own kind of nice way, and the things that you told me adds to that kind of nice feeling that you could get from it, and I do appreciate it a little bit more after the detail that you provided me. But once again, the detail that you provided me isn't actually confirmed. I do strongly believe that
it is. Neil Druckmann has tweeted about it. You can go back.
Okay. Either way, I was going to say I strongly do believe that it's true, because it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But there's still so many fucking questions that, they just are like, oh yeah, fuck them questions. They don't address them at all, and it pisses me off to no end, because I want to know. I put all this time in.
We'll definitely do.
Last of Us 2 ending is very artistic, says Nomad.
I would agree with that.
We will finish.
I don't know it.
We will finish we will play through The Last of Us Part 2 on stream, and then we'll do it.
We should do both of them.
Well, yeah, we'll do both of them, because Alexa hasn't really played through any of them. But when we do, we'll do a spoiler cast where we can talk about it in more detail. But that's the thing, though. When I finished The Last of Us Part 2, and Alexa can attest to this, because I texted her, I finished it, and I didn't reply to any of her messages for an hour, because I finished the game and I just laid back and I just sat there for an hour just thinking about how good that game was. Going through everything, going through I had this whole, I as a player had an emotional arc going through the game. And I just sat there and I thought about every detail, and I sat there for an hour. And then I looked at my phone, and Alexa was like, oh, how was the game? What do you think about, asking me all these questions that I just didn't answer because I wasn't looking at my phone.
I'm going to use this analogy that a friend of mine used when describing Game of Thrones. So for all of, except the last season of Game of Thrones, and this is going to be very graphic, he described it as a beautiful blowjob. That it's just so satisfying, and you're getting so much enjoyment out of it. And that's how I felt for the first, let's just call it 80% of either of the Last of Us games. And then the last season of Game of Thrones happens, and the last 20% of The Last of Us happens. And he described this as you're getting close to the climax, the person decides just to bite the tip of your dick and just ruin the whole experience. And that's how I feel in both of the games, and for Game of Thrones for that matter. I don't like the last season of Game of Thrones either, but that's a completely different argument.
Mm-hmm. And
it's because I'm a person that likes either a very good cliffhanger, a very good, oh man, I'm so excited to see the next thing, or a very perfectly executed resolution to every question. I didn't like the end of Breaking Bad, because I was like,
isn't that considered one of the best endings for a show?
Oh, no, I love Breaking Bad. It's probably my favorite TV show of all time.
Dude, you didn't like the ending though? Come on.
But that's the thing. But so because my brother was like, that's the best ending of any TV show ever, and I was a dick, and I was like, but you're telling me the cops aren't going to catch Jesse, and then they had to go make that shitty El Camino movie, and that was the worst.
Shitty.
It was bad. Compared to what I was expecting.
It wasn't as good as the show.
Bro. What are you?
Wasn't as good as the show, but I didn't think it was that bad.
It was the TV show.
Nomad says last season of Game of Thrones, Battle of Winterfell, and after, and then puts a headache, head grabbing emote.
I've still not watched the final season.
It's It's not worth it.
Dick biting.
I mean,
Wow.
I haven't watched it for a reason.
Joey says dick biting. Wow, we have come so far from nipples of yesterday.
Yeah. Growth.
Oh man, character growth.
Yep.
Dude, I think I got to like the 3rd season of Game of Thrones, so I'm with you on that.
I've seen the first 7.
I've
seen everything but the last season.
I've seen the first few episodes, and I was like, I need to take notes for this, and I
That's
just
how I
didn't.
felt.
I just didn't finish.
It took me literally until the final season of Game of Thrones to actually watch it, because every single time someone's talking about it, I was like, yes, I'm gonna watch this. And I would start it, and I'd be like, I have no fucking idea why any of this is relevant to anything that's happening. Because there's so many characters, and the family trees are very important in Game of Thrones.
Very,
so,
very.
I had to watch the first season like 5 times fully.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like when I started watching Game of Thrones, I gave it 2 attempts to try to get into it, but like I was like, this was when it was still going on.
Not enough. I can tell you that.
Well, no, but this was still when it was going on. So I was like, if I go in, I'm going to I want to be a fan, you know. I want to know whose mom killed whose dad on what what number of blowjob. Like, you know, I wanted to know all the details, but I felt like I had to prepare for an exam every time, you
need a notepad.
Who's this person's and what are they doing in this scene? Like, I was just very.
It was slightly
confusing.
better. See, I had a good watch experience because my dad has been reading the books since they started coming back out in the 90s.
I think that's
so
very
I watched
important
it
too.
with him, and
watching
so
it with someone
he
that knows.
added a lot of commentary to it
Yeah.
that I think made it a lot more enjoyable. So I can't think of how it'd be watching it just plain by myself, you know?
Right. Because I knew that Jon Snow.
I was actually blowing my nose.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's an intense sneeze.
That was an elephant, actually, I think.
I knew Jon Snow was the main character, quote unquote main character.
Kit Harington.
And when I started watching, I was like, all right, why is he the main character when he's with the Starks, but his name's not Stark? And then
he's Snow.
Yeah, because that's what they give the name of a bastard in the North. Their last name's Snow. Yeah. And same thing, if they're from the West and they're a bastard, their last name is Sand or something like that. And that's why you get the Sand Sisters later on, because they're all bastards.
Yeah, it was
Joey says, okay, well, I'm going to go. I have a long, late week coming and got to grab some sleep before I can.
Fair enough, Joey. I hope you have a good night's sleep. Thanks for hanging out.
Right.
And I don't know if anyone read this, but no man said George R.R. Martin has announced that he'll finish the books. I don't think he's ever going to finish the books.
Yeah.
Let it be one of life's mysteries.
Also, Dick teasing.
Wait, how many books does he have left?
One. He's on the last one.
And that's one of the reasons the final season of Game of Thrones is so bad, because it was supposed to be out way before the final season came out. And there's a few reasons why it's bad, actually, because he also told them he wanted it to be 10 seasons, and because he didn't think there was enough time to develop characters into their final choices, which is what happened in season 8, and why people were like, that's unrealistic, because they didn't give enough time to have the character growth. From what I know of it, I haven't watched it, but I read stuff because internet.
From what he said, is that the ending and his ending are very similar, and that ultimately the outcome is the same, but he, of course he develops it more. Whereas they only had, I think, the final season.
Yeah, I heard he literally flew out to plead with them to do 10 seasons, and they just wouldn't. I don't get why. The show was so successful. You'd think they'd want to milk it for as many seasons as they could.
We're literally doing a prequel series that comes out in August.
Right, House of Targaryen one. I have no idea why they cut it short. That makes no sense to me. From a producer standpoint.
They probably had to do something with the budget.
Well, they were making more money than they were spending.
Plus, so it's HBO. I can't imagine they're we can't give millions of dollars to this very successful TV show.
Yeah, I really from a producer standpoint cannot understand why the studio made that decision. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Hey, wait,
someone out there knows.
What is your guys' favorite HBO show?
I haven't seen that many. I like Peace.
HBO show.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I was gonna say Fresh Prince.
I never actually watched that.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah, that's on HBO.
It's on HBO, but it's not an HBO show, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They bought the property, just
it's how Gilmore Girls is on Netflix, but it's not a Netflix show.
I see what you're saying. My favorite.
I just watched Euphoria, which was interesting, but I don't think it'd be my favorite. It might be Peacemaker. I haven't seen that many HBO
Oh
shows.
right, Peacemaker's also
I like-
very.
Peacemaker
I
was
like
really
Peacemaker
fun.
a lot.
That was really good. Peacemaker.
I haven't seen Peacemaker.
Oh, highly
Definitely
recommend.
it.
Really?
John Cena
What's the
proved
best?
me wrong.
Oh, I
'cause
also
always said he was a bad actor.
if you have HBO Max, I also recommend watching the Outsider.
Actually, you're right. That is my favorite HBO show. Never mind, changing answer.
It's a web or it's a
I like the
limited
series.
It's a limited
the
series,
sources.
and it's an adaptation of a Stephen King novel called The Outsider, and
I like the novel.
it is just. I mean, the novel's like obviously better. Like, there's like parts of The Outsider that gave me like chills because it was just so uncomfortable. But
You know what was also really good? I looked up HBO shows. Watchmen. They're only making
yeah.
one season of it, and that one season was amazing.
that's the person who's now working on Last of Us.
The show.
Yeah, the person who made that show, I believe, and one of the people that made Chernobyl also.
Yeah, that Last of Us show, I remember because Pedro Pascal is playing Joel.
Oh yeah.
And I at first thought that was a weird casting choice, but the more I see of Pedro Pascal, the more talented I realize he is. Like, he's just insane.
Yeah.
I feel
the one little girl that was like the head of a house in Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Is Ellie.
It's a very different character. Very different character.
Yeah.
I don't think so, honestly, because like that little girl in Game of Thrones was a badass, and like Ellie's.
Yeah, but she was like a stone cold bitch, and that's not Ellie.
Despite the last season, Game of Thrones is an epic fantasy saga. Season 1 Ned Stark.
There's a difference between like I'm a bitch, but I'm not stone cold. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference.
Add a stunner in there. That's all I'm hearing. I heard I watched a little bit of Westworld, but like I wasn't.
The Bastard System is so interesting, says Nomad, and he's
like,
despite the last season of Game of Thrones is an epic fantasy saga. Season 1, yeah, I have to say, like, I haven't seen the last season, but like the first at least 5 seasons. I don't really remember. I don't know. I can't remember which things happened in what season. I need to rewatch it if I ever do watch the final season. But like the first season alone was spectacular, and there are some truly amazing episodes throughout the series.
The best part, however many times I watched the first season, I never got to the final episode of the first season until like I actually like continued watching, and the one thing that was consistent through all of like the 4 or 5 watch throughs that I did, I was like, I really like this Ned Stark character.
Whoops.
And if you don't know, that motherfucker dies immediately.
Spoilers. Sri doesn't know.
It has been out for fucking like 12 years.
Did you
Maybe
know that,
longer?
No, I didn't. I wasn't listening to the name that he spoke,
good.
so I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, actually, I changed my name. I'm going to change my answer. My favorite HBO show, because I looked it up now since you guys said it. My favorite HBO show is Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's an okay one. That's an okay one.
I watch that every.
I heard really
week.
good things about Winning Time, which is about the Lakers, like the Magic Johnson era Lakers.
Oh, by the way, can I so at the start of the stream before we started, we were just having this conversation, and so Austin was telling me how he was home alone. He's like, "Yeah, I'm home alone. I think they made a movie about it." And so we both paused because we were both like, "Okay, the joke is set up. Okay, what movie do we say?" And Austin speaks first, and he goes, "Yeah, Sex in the City." And then, so he's like, "Oh, is that the movie that you think is summarizes your life?" And he's like, "Yeah, but the first one I thought of was
Sleepless in Seattle." I don't know fucking why, but that was the first thing that popped in my
What
head.
an interesting one.
That's what that's what he thinks his life is like.
Sleepless in Seattle. That's Sandra Bullock, right?
No,
Which one am I thinking of?
it's
The Blind Side.
No, I'm not thinking of The Blind Side. What's the one where the guy's in the coma and Sandra Bullock takes care of him?
Oh fuck!
I don't know, but the Sleepless in Seattle is Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
Oh, I know which one that is now. Okay. Which movie am I thinking of? I need to look
have
at
no
Sandra
idea.
Bullock's Umdaba.
I think it was Blind Side.
Fucking hell, it's not fucking Blind
Oh,
Side.
IMDb. I was like, what the fuck's it doing about?
Oh shit!
Can we all agree that Sandra Bullock's best movie is Miss Congeniality?
Absolutely.
I think we all know Sandra Bullock.
All jokes aside,
Absolutely not. Her best movie's Speed, and you know it.
I fucking love The Blind Side. Like that's not even a joke. I fucking love that
it was
movie.
good. She was good in that, man.
Yeah.
She's really good. I like her.
But Speed, like Keanu Reeves and and Sandra Bullock in this really great conceptually thought out, like, simple action movie. It's fantastic.
It is a good movie.
First off, everyone
While
knows,
You Were Sleeping is the movie I was thinking of.
everyone knows her as
With
her
Sandra
amazing
Bullock.
role as Scarlet Overkill in the Minions movie. Okay,
You're right.
That's really
Most iconic.
propelled her career.
Yeah. But anyways, the movie where Sandra Bullock takes care of a guy in a coma is called While You Were Sleeping.
While You Were Sleeping. When did that come out?
1995. I think that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
last year is appropriate to have something with that title.
Wow.
That's why I missed it. If I have the VHS somewhere, though.
I
I'll
was
tell
a
you
big
that
Sandra Bullock fan when I was little because I loved Miss Congeniality. I thought that was a
I
great
never
film.
saw that movie.
I need to rewatch it because I feel like it's not good and it will not hold up. But I
That's
really
always
loved
good.
it as a young girl.
Bird Box was shitty.
I never watched it.
That's
Yeah,
that's
I
on
She's in
Netflix.
that Bullet
Netflix.
Train
Yeah,
movie
that's
that's coming out with Brad Pitt. I didn't know she was gonna be in that.
Oh yeah.
Keep
So
seeing a trailer for
I
it
went to
at the
I went to
beginning
see
of
Doctor
my-
Strange too, and
Mhm.
I almost went to an IMAX, but I didn't, and I don't think I really missed out on much. But before it was like a big thing because they were playing certain new trailers. First of all, they played a new Buzz Lightyear movie trailer.
Oh yeah, which
I-
gave away way too much.
Yeah, it
Way
straight
too
up
much.
just was like the plot
Here's
of the
the
movie.
entire plot of the film.
What movie was it? The Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called Lightyear,
It gave away everything.
and and like
I
just
was
like
so mad, like it just kept going, and I'm like, I already have too much information, and then they kept
it
giving me
actually
more
gives you like a
information.
story. Like there's a thing that happens that like so essentially, I guess in this movie,
Am
Buzz
I
Lightyear.
wrong, or were they trying to make him or someone in that movie like gay? Like I remember that being like a
There's a gay
storyline,
kiss
right?
between other characters.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if they were trying to make Buzz Lightyear gay
No,
because I remember
there's
that being
a
like a big
lesbian
thing.
couple in it. I'm pretty sure.
But
Yeah, I remember
they
people
kissed,
bitching
and it was
about
a big drama. Yeah,
But yeah,
I'm pretty
so
sure that was it. I
They
don't know
they
if
show
it's
off
that
this
movie.
thing that happens. So Buzz Lightyear goes off in a small mission, but it turns out something goes wrong, and he comes back, and it's like 60, 70 years later, and like so the person that he used to work with, and now the daughter is who he's working with, and so there's this moment that he used to do with his mom, and then he tries to do with her because they look alike, and she's like, what the hell are you doing? And like it feels like it's a whole kind of an arc of a story, and it just doesn't like it just shows way too much. And then they also showed the trailer for the first teaser trailer for Avatar, the Way of the Water, and this was the complete opposite. It has one line of dialogue and just like a whole bunch of really, really good looking visuals. And that's it. It's like, welcome back to Avatar. And it's like a minute and a half and it just right to the point.
It is kind of crazy that Avatar still is like even remotely like people are excited about it because of how long ago like
Yeah.
the first one came out. Like people have had whole academic careers since the last one came out.
Yep.
Like that's fucking crazy.
No, truly, like
They're actually, I do want to go back.
When did the first one come out? What year?
2007, I believe.
Like
I've
that
lived in
movie
3
was like
different states since that movie came out. I moved 3 times.
Oh yeah, Avatar 2 is coming out. Why is James Cameron so obsessed with it? I think he just has like a really strong vision for that idea. Like, then they also shot 4 movies together. So Avatar 2 through 5 are already done. So they're just gonna release them like back to back without as long of a wait, I guess is the goal. But yeah, Avatar was I the experience of watching it in theaters was freaking awesome. And so
I think in general just being like alive during that time, like that fucking movie was like,
I describe
Dude,
it
over
and,
everything, like-
iconic.
and
like it was
I
like
will
the
say
birth of like 3D TVs was like that
Yeah.
movie fucking
well, that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
James Cameron worked to develop the cameras to shoot Avatar because they were not available anywhere else. Like they just wanted to make it that way, weren't available, and now pretty much everyone uses that technology that was created for Avatar. But the cool thing, I say this and very confidently, is that I think that like that Avatar era of like being a kid, like that experience of how big Avatar was when it came out is kind of like how I imagine living through the first Star Wars movie was, of like
I could totally see that.
That excitement and like that
Yeah.
hype that was created for it. Like my mom went to see Avatar in 3D. Like she doesn't even go to the movie theaters.
Your mom went to see it.
Yeah, we went to
That's
see
a
it in
big
3D.
deal. She doesn't watch movies.
That's the thing, is that movie was like everyone had to see the movie because everyone was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Evan, I know you said you were gonna leave after the first half of the stream. So if you want to leave, you can. I know we kept you longer than you think.
I can chill for a bit longer. Dude, I don't care. I'm chilling.
You
was tired.
You don't got anyone to report to?
Oh no, I don't. I was saying that because I didn't think I was gonna make it this far, but I am staying up like a trooper right now.
I'm like super tired right now. I'm not gonna lie. I had a big day.
All right, well, then that extension can go to you, Alexa. You can step away if you would like.
No, are we gonna play anything or?
Yeah, I was gonna play like Gartic Phone.
Oh, I'll play that then. That'll wake me up enough.
All right, well.
I still haven't finished my chocolate milk, so I got time.
Let's have an awkward pause in case I want to do something with this. Perfect. That's good. That was good. Well trained. You guys are like professionally trained awkward pausers.
Thank you.